Hello, thanks for joining me. This is Brian with Streamline Backshop. This morning we're going to do a brief review of the new MRC Decoder Doctor. Our test subject this morning is a tsunami sound car decoder installed in a Decoder excursion set power generator car. The decoder has a tsunami current keeper attached, which has historically created a bit of problem for programming. I have struggled with this on my normal configuration. Which is just a Digitrax PR3 through JMRI. And I also use just a regular MRC Prodigy on the workbench for programming. One of the things that I've found in programming this particular decoder is, and with all tsunamis with that current keeper attached, is to allow the decoder time to power up. So I've just installed or turned the power onto the track, to the test track, and you can hear it clicking, and that is a normal sound that it makes when it doesn't have enough voltage to generate the full sound effect. One of the things that I've found with this current keeper is if you allow it time to power up, to get energy stored in that device, it makes it a lot easier to program. So I turned it on. I've given it just a few seconds here. I'll have to turn up the... So I'm using the Decoder Doctor to put power onto the rail. Here's a first look at it. As you can see, it's basically just the Prodigy handheld that's been modified with an NMRA pin plug. It has a wire that comes out the bottom. This wire attaches to your test track. This wire attaches, it's just a regular, looks like a 2.5 millimeter plug. It just plugs in to a port on the bottom of it, and that is the power into the rail, or into the device. I'm sorry, that's the power for the device. So right now I've just got the unit is just in test mode, and I'm just using the speed step to increase and decrease the speed of the engine. So what does a Decoder Doctor do? Well, the most obvious is test a loco. So, well, wait a second, we don't know what our loco address is, so the first thing we'll do is we'll read the address, and as you can see, it very quickly pops up, read address. So reading off of the tsunamis has been pretty decent so far. Now, just for fun, we want to read a CV. So we'll do CV1, which is the short address. Enter. CV1 has a value of 3. So, as you can see, it does a pretty good job of reading CVs. So we'll program an address now. Oh, here, and just to show you how well that works, I'll do a different address than what it was. So now we've got loco 45. As you can see, it very quickly and very easily programs an address. Now we'll program a CV. CV1. Oop. CV1. It's just a random CV that I picked, but now if we read CV1, we'll get a value of 1. Now we'll program it back to 3 real quick, just so that we leave everything the way we found it. And that's how simple it is to read and program CVs with it. Now we can do our test loco. In this particular case, we don't really have a loco. I didn't have one handy, sorry. But you can also use it then to test the lighting functions and some of that other stuff. The full instructions for the unit are on the back of the handheld. The handheld is basically just an old Prodigy. The same Prodigy casting or molding, reconfigured, repurposed for the new Decoder Doctor. So you can also then, I'm just going to take power off of this for a second and show you the 8-pin plug. It's labeled with pin number 1 at the bottom of it. That is always the orange wire. So I'm going to plug a decoder into that. Now I'm going to read the address. Sorry, I'm trying to get that display so you guys can see it. So this one comes up as address number 3. Now we're going to you can do a factory reset with it, which basically you press sys 0, hit enter, and that sends a reset code. The manual doesn't specify, but I presume that to be CV8 equals 8. You can do says to do a sys1 for a sys1 enter. This is supposed to be a motor test to tell you if the motor circuit on the decoder is good or bad. And you saw it flashed bad right there, but I know it's a good decoder, so not sure how well that feature works. And it says in the manual that something to the effect that it may or may not work, so not sure what value that was. But just for a quick, easy, reliable way to program and test decoders, and there you have it. There's the MRC Decoder Doctor.